and welcome to this special report. We're experiencing a bit of a frenzy here. Imagine in less than 3 hours, Bitcoin has hit 80, 82, 83, 84, and it's nearing 85,000. Let's see if it's starting to overheat. It's really feeling like a wild ride now. I think we could quickly blast past $100,000, and we'll need to be very alert. We've waited years for this phase, and it's here. We've been talking about it, and when it accelerates towards $100,000, some altcoins might go crazy too. You'll need to know when to take profits. We'll discuss that. Also, I wanted to remind you of the fundamentals for this bull market. I believe there are tokens that are still essential today. I think they're at decent prices, not the best we could buy, but some tokens are really exploding and showing signals. I think they'll easily make it into the top 10 or 20. We'll take a look at that right away. In the news, you'll see MicroStrategy is still making crazy moves. S&P 500 up 0.21, doing well. Nasdaq stable, nothing special, but look at Bitcoin stocks. Tesla's gone wild. We've discussed it a lot. It's up 100%, gained $300 billion since Trump's election. It was $700 billion, now almost $1. 1 T, it's getting out of hand. Next, Coinbase, a great stock I own. What's interesting is it's returning to its ICO price, so some people are, those who bought in, they entered at the perfect time, April 2021, Bitcoin's ATH and all that. I think gradually it'll return to a positive trend. Personally, I have some, not much, but I bought at 80. I shared that. There was a chance to buy under $100 easily for 2 years for a very long time. I think it'll break its ATH during the bull market, but if it really gets crazy, I'll be patient and I'll let you know. I'm thinking I'll sell my Coinbase shares in early 2025, big smile. If I get a good ratio, because I paid around $80 for them, it's not just crypto, they're stocks too. I think I might be able to sell them for about $800,000. That's where it gets wild. Here's an exclusive. Look at MicroStrategy's stock. That's a regret though. I recommended this stock to many friends, but I don't own any. When it gets crazy, that's the exclusive part. Check out MicroStrategy's stock action. That's a regret though. I advised many friends on this stock, but I don't own any myself. Sometimes it's like that, but I don't have any. And I really recommend these at very good levels for 2022 to 2023. The thing was worth $20.30 and it's fine, I missed it. But I know many people are cashing in on this action, which is great to see. Anyway, look what's happening. MicroStrategy buys another 27,200 Bitcoins for over $2 billion. Where will it end? Plus, it seems he wants to make huge investment plans to buy even more. I don't know where he'll stop, but when you look at his company, it was worth $3, $4 billion before investing in Bitcoin. Now it's worth $58 billion. They're the big winners. It's great to share this news, as it's a case I really like. As you know, I have a big position in Polygon. The project was declared dead not long ago, but it's making a comeback. I think it'll ride the wave of returning theorems, especially with Eglayer's recent release, which we discussed. A stablecoin is coming, which could bring some nice features to the ecosystem. You know, whenever there's a stablecoin, it brings liquidity, it enhances liquidity and will impact the Polygonal token. We'll discuss it more when it's out, but it should reflect in Paul's price. Moving on to markets, EO.net is performing well. We've got Croki, Explos, Dogecoin. It's gone mad, 47 billion. I don't get Dogecoin, it's almost in the top 5. Incredible. Look at this, 100 billion on Bitcoin, 109 billion. I've never seen this. 109 billion on Bitcoin, 109 billion, 57 on the Ethereum. What's happening? It's overtaking now. I think we're going to gain much more than we imagined. Look at this in just a few days. It took almost 8 months before, and now in a few days, boom, absolutely incredible. For me, there's one essential value. If you don't have it now, it might not be the time to buy. But I believe that in today's fundamentals in this bull market, and like in the previous one, you need Ethereum. It's exploded recently. We've talked about it a lot. It was in my top 10 from late October. The timing was good in early November, and I think it could be an opportunity at some point. Be realistic, there are always pullbacks. It's at 3,003 now, and it might not rise in the coming weeks, but at some point, I guarantee it'll drop 10, 15 or 20%. It could fall quite a bit, and if it drops 15 to 20%, that's the strategy for great assets. Buy the dips. So if you're not in Ethereum yet, I'd say don't rush in now. There'll be dips, it's almost certain. Wait for those. I'm talking about real dips, not just 2 to 3% drops. For those without Ethereum, it's still a good time to buy because I think Ethereum will surpass $10,000. Solana's the same. We discussed it back in September when we spotted a huge support level just like Ethereum. I think you should own some Solana. It could go crazy. Could it hit $500, $1,000 or $2,000? Honestly, all possible if it really takes off. If there's a real frenzy around Solana and it explodes to $2,000, it might happen at Ethereum's expense, in my opinion. So, to be seen. But for me, these two are the layer 1S you must have in this bull market. Like Ethereum, expect pullbacks, but right now it's not a buying opportunity at all. However, there are 3 tokens that came out of nowhere. We discovered them in the last 2 years. Today, apart from CKB, it's not yet in the top 100, but I think it'll be in the top 20. It's the first Tau. It's my favorite project. It's the biggest hit of this bull market. You should know if you're new. 2 years ago, it was bought between 20, 30, even 30 to $50 easily. So it's at least 10x, 12x, 15x. We're all impressed with its performance here in the team, but I still think there's a lot of potential. We talked about it recently. It's preparing a session. Either wait for 676, then start buying Tau in stages. Maybe take a small position if you want to invest 100 euros, put in 30, wait, buy again, put in 30 and then 40. But I think Tau will do simple yet incredible things. Let's check out where our friend Tau stands. Tau's worth 4 billion in market cap, you'll see. Honestly, it could reach unreal levels. I don't want to exaggerate, but I think I'd have sold Tau by 2,000. Still, I'm not limiting myself. There's no ceiling on its potential. Could it hit 3,000, 4,000, even 5,000 or 6,000? A 10x would make it worth 44 billion. Looking at it, I think we shouldn't limit our potential targets. What we'll need to do, and we're already discussing this a lot, is to sell in stages. Don't be too greedy. If you aim high, set intermediate goals. It's exploded up 50%, but I think I'm one of the big winners on par with the rate. It should be in the top 10 with the rate, taking others' places. Even though it's risen a lot, I think there'll be small pullbacks, but like the rate, if you don't want to miss out, maybe buy a third of a position and expect movement in 3 phases. I think these tokens will really make a difference. Maybe it's the last big opportunity. It was my favorite of 2022, a great project. We accumulated a lot in 2022. It's at 0.002 now, so we're looking at 6x, 7x, 8x on this token, but I think there's much more potential. Today, it's worth 1.6100. Absolutely dreamy to be. I think it could go 20x. Yeah, it could reach about 10 billion without any problem. In my opinion, of all the tokens we've seen, this one will likely perform best at these levels, similar to what we saw with Tau. If you're cautious, wait for confirmation like those who bought after the range breakout. You can do the same here. Wait for the breakout. I don't mind taking risks. Buying a bit earlier. For these, it's similar. Either wait for the 2-cent breakout and then you're sure it'll take off, or start buying in stages. That's all from me. I wish you a good evening. See you soon, everyone.